You are listening with me, Devil's Possessive Love for Her Little Girl. Chapter 2. When is this little troublemaker coming back? Grandma asked. She said the day after tomorrow. Let's see when her day after tomorrow actually comes. Chatting like this, the three of them finished dinner and went out into the garden. While talking, Grandma brought up the topic of marriage. Kabir son, now you should get married. I want a granddaughter-in-law too. If you like someone, tell me. I will start preparation right away. Grandma sounded genuinely happy. Vivan chimed in. Yeah, brother. Tell us already. Have you found a sister-in-law for me or not? I'm sure you must have a girlfriend. Kabir picked up a magazine from the table and replied in his cold voice. I don't have time for these useless things. As for marriage, I'm not interested right now. Hearing his answer, Grandma replied with a bit of anger. You are old enough to get married and you don't even have a girlfriend. Then what's the point of managing such a big business? Vivan supported her too. Yeah bro, you are so boring. At least have one girlfriend. I have 20 girlfriends in college. Now just one. That which made me break up with the other 19. Grandma laughed and added, how did even those two survive her? She doesn't know about those two yet. And the day she finds out, I'm doomed. Grandma chuckled again. You deserve it. I'm sure you tease her and that's why she doesn't let your girlfriends stick around. Hearing Priya's name again, Kabir looked at both of them. As soon as Priya's name came up, the two forgot all about Kabir's marriage, which gave Kabir some relief. Chatting away, the three of them went to their rooms. Kabir entered his room and called Raja to get updates from the office. After hanging up, he picked up his laptop and went into the study room attached to his bedroom. The next morning, Kabir woke up at 4 am sharp. This was his daily routine. No matter how late he slept, even if it was 2 am, his eyes would open at 4. He got out of bed and went to freshen up in the bathroom. After that, he headed to the home gym. The house had every facility imaginable. It was as grand as a palace and equally well decorated. Kabir worked out in the gym for nearly 2 hours. By the end, his entire body was drenched in sweat and every muscle was tightly torn. He stopped exercising and walked over to the window, where the cool morning breeze gently blew through. After a few moments, a servant arrived with a tray holding an energy drink and a bottle of water. The servant offered the items to Kabir. Kabir took the water bottle and poured it over his head. As he flipped his wet hair back, he looked extremely handsome. For a moment, even the servant couldn't stop staring at him. Kabir picked up the energy drink, sipped it, and walked back to his room. Kabir entered his room and got ready for the office. Today, he wore a black three-piece suit, a gleaming watch on his wrist, polished black leather shoes, jet black hair, perfectly styled, and a look that was flawless in every way. His closet was filled with watches, sunglasses, the business suit worth millions, things an average person could only dream of affording. Kabir applied his signature man's perfume and walked down to the hall, where his grandmother was performing the morning prayers. Kabir sat on the sofa in the hall. His expression was blank, showing no emotions, just like always. After finishing the prayer, Grandma came over to him. Kabir touched her feet and she blessed him warmly before sitting beside him. Kabir asked about Vivan and Grandma replied, he is not getting up before 9 am. Kabir simply nodded. The servant brought him his black coffee and newspaper and left. Seeing Kabir dress up so early, Grandma asked, Son, where are you off to so early? I'm going to the office today. I have set up my head office right here in Delhi now, so I didn't need to travel anymore. Grandma was delighted to hear this, that her grandson would now stay close. That's wonderful news. Just then a black car entered through the front gate. From it stepped out a girl who was breathtakingly beautiful. In fact, the word beautiful seemed too small to describe her. Even comparing her to a celestial nymph would be an insult to her beauty. Her lips carried a deep, sweet smile that could charm any soul. She quickly made her way toward the house. As soon as she entered the hall and saw Kabir sitting on the sofa from behind, she hugged him from the back and chirped in her honeyed voice, I missed you so much, Daddy, and saying that, she kissed his cheek. Kabir was stunned by the sudden gesture. One of her soft hands was wrapped around his chest and her lips had gently touched his cheek. His heartbeat shot up. His eyes were still. Her voice was so sweet, it felt like honey was being poured into his ears. Now you must be wondering what just happened. Well, this was a huge misunderstanding on the girl's part. This girl was none other than the adorable heroine of our story, Priya. Everyone lovingly called her Pihu. Age 18, height 5.5, long, wavy, heavy brown hair flowing past her waist, beautiful deer-like grey eyes, a fair complexion that made even milk look dull in comparison, rosy lips as if all the blood in her body had gathered there. A tiny nose, thick lashes, she was stunningly beautiful and just as sweet and innocent by nature, playful and charming, exactly as Vivan had described her. Now here's where the misunderstanding happened. Kabir was sitting on the sofa facing away from the entrance. When Priya entered and saw him from behind, she thought it was Vivan and hugged him. Grandma saw Priya hug Kabir and grew a little concerned. She knew her grandson's temperament and feared he might scold Priya for such behavior. Priya, receiving no response, stepped forward to see the face only to be shocked. She had just hugged a stranger thinking he was Vivan. When she saw Kabir's red eyes, she got scared and immediately backed off. She apologized in her innocent voice. "Sorry uncle, I thought it was daddy, so I hugged you by mistake." She had made a cute little face, one that could melt even the angriest of hearts. And well, our hero was no exception. When Priya stepped back, Kabir came back to his senses. His eyes were now red with anger. How dare someone touch him without permission, and the girl no less. But when Priya stood right in front of him, he forgot to blink. He felt flowers blooming in the desert of his heart. His deep blue eyes froze on her innocent face. His gaze moved from her frightened eyes to her trembling lips. But the moment he heard her say uncle, something inside him froze. At the exact moment Rajat, his assistant, entered the room. Hearing someone call his dashing boss uncle shocked him beyond words. He turned to see who it was, and when he laid eyes on Priya, his jaw dropped. My God, what a beauty! That's all he could mutter. But feeling the cold aura radiating from Kabir, Rajat quickly began praying that his boss would not harm this pretty girl. Rajat had been with Kabir for a long time. He knew his boss like the back of his hand. Kabir despised women because every time they saw him they tried to cling to him, and he hated that. It was all about his work. Many women had tried to get close, some have dared to drug his drink to spend the night with him, but thanks to his tight security it was impossible. And those who tried, no one ever heard from them again, no matter how powerful their background was. Back in the hall, Kabir was about to lash out at Priya for calling him uncle when Grandma quickly stepped in. She called Priya over and introduced her. Pihu child, this is my elder grandson Kabir. He just came back from abroad yesterday, and Kabir, this is Priya. She is a neighbor and Vivan's childhood friend. We were talking about her just yesterday. Kabir, without taking his intense eyes off Priya, coldly replied, Priya was intimidated by Kabir. She glanced at him shyly and said a soft hello, which only made his gaze even more intense. She quickly looked away. She couldn't want to face him any longer. Priya ran up to Grandma and hugged her tightly. My sweet Grandma, I missed you so much. Liar, Grandma said teasingly. If you really missed me, you wouldn't have stayed away this long. Priya looked disappointed and held her neck like she was swearing a vow. No, really, I did miss you, Grandma. I'm sorry I was late, but now I'm back and I'm not leaving again. Grandma laughed and lovingly rubbed her cheek, then asked about her trip. Priya excitedly began narrating everything. Her cute expressions, her playful gesture, and most of all, her radiant smile. Kabir was watching everything carefully. As he listened to her talk, the corner of his lips unknowingly lifted into a soft smile, something even he wasn't aware of. When Rajat saw his boss smiling, it shocked him more than anything else that morning. In all his time working for Kabir, he had never seen any emotion on his face, let alone a smile. It felt like witnessing the eighth wonder of the world. Since Priya arrived, it seemed like Grandma had forgotten Kabir even existed. Subscribe my channel for regular updates. Thank you.